A chance to reverse sweep to secure your third title here in this league. You got to come out here in this game number 3 and be the one to set the tone. You got to really take it exactly how you did to the Knicks yesterday in the closeout game.
Well, it is a winner-go-home situation, and for the Bucks, this game's worth $500,000. If they can win it, they'll be the champs in Season 5, but they got to get through the Wizards first. And you're going to see a different level of Wizards basketball here in this one. They have not been in this situation a lot, and there's a quick foul. They got to have some composure here, Dirk. They've lost it a little bit.
Oh, it's been, just the barking at each other, but that's kind of the foundation that the Wiz have always been built off of, right? Holding accountability. We even heard it in some of the listings. Sounds nasty to people maybe watching at home, like, oh, what's going on? That's sports. That's sports. Yeah. That's esports. That's what you got to do all the time. And maybe if things weren't going their way and they weren't having so much consistency, when you could bring up the conversation. But it's exactly what they've been doing for the past 3 years.
And the Wizards got to call timeout here. And we were putting a lot of pressure on this rookie point guard Cap for how he's going to play. We said I don't think he can win the series, but he can certainly lose the series. And they haven't lost these 2 games because of him.
Yeah, the first one got off to a little slow start, but the second one, again, that was the picture-perfect, almost Cap game. Those are the JVM reminiscent type games. The scoring's nothing too flashy. The assists are almost matching you. Then one starts to overtake the other. You ended up getting that in that game number 2. And when we have seen Cap have that, the Wiz win. That's usually all you need. But it was that fourth quarter defense, allowing 23 points for the Wiz. That was what got him.
Cap working off the right wing now. They fry on the slip, nothing there, being guarded by 𝐒𝐮. Johnny trying to help out there. Down low, there's awkward. They need one of those Wizards runs where they just turn a bunch of turnovers into points.
They got off to a good start too, right? That was the one game where okay, yes, the first quarter they had a small lead. They really started to set some sort of rhythm, but yeah, we haven't had the Wizards District Gaming defense really kick into full effect to where they're able to capitalize and get the offense going in an easy way.
They're just really good at playing with a lead, although usually never a huge lead. Johnny shoots a late, dives with another board. 𝐒𝐮 comes in there. Boy, Gossett maybe asleep at the wheel there for a second. Shoots it slightly early, and then the foul is these offensive boards, and I'm talking about dimes, really causing a lot of problems.
Yeah, this is perfect defense that you're seeing from the Wiz right now. You just got to hope that you can secure one of them, but you hate these scenarios where you're playing perfect defense all the way around, and then they get the ball back, and then all of a sudden they usually get one on you.
Got to box out. They strip it away from them this time. But somebody's got to put a body on dimes.
The Wiz just feed off that too, those scrappy possessions, even if they give up 4 offensive rebounds. It's a team that's always able to recover, and it starts to build up the adrenaline a little bit more moving forward.
That fourth quarter of game number 2, their defense was rough to say the least. Another board by Dimes. Starts the break. And we got a foul. That's going to be on Cap. That'll be his first. See a lot of fouls early in these contests to stop the breaks, especially when you get mismatches. That was the power forward on the point guard down there on the baseline. What a cut!
It's tough falling asleep on those ones, to where it's that wide open.
Awkward. Oh, bad pass. Up ahead to 𝐒𝐿.
See, that's a play that Awkward doesn't make. First making a bad read. He honestly probably should have got that steal right there. He timed the pass, timed the interception perfect, but it just gave him a lower lunge instead of flailing his body up to be able to knock it away. But that's just not something that you see so much coming out from him.
Yeah, it's been the Bucks. They've been the ones playing some great defense. Their rotations have been really nice. Not only today, but out through the week. 𝐕₀ gets blocked.
He's just got to slow things down. Awkward spent his time out there on towards the hash that entire possession. Get back, hold it, retreat, get 𝐕₀ up to the hash, and then go back to your set.
Bucks up by 4. Seem to be a team of destiny throughout this week. Dimes showing some patience. He's made some great reads down low. Great decision making from the veteran Dimes. Johnny from the hash. That rainbow won't fall, but Seas is right there.
They've gotten what? That's probably their 5th or 6th offensive rebound in the game. I think every rebound that they've honestly gotten has been on the offensive side of things.
Well, the Wizards are going to have to get Dayfry and Houdini down there in the paint. Put a butt on somebody. And that's going to be 3 in the key. We caught up with Cooks and asked him why he thinks the Bucks can win it all.
In sports, it's always like the teams that get hot at the right moment always ends up winning. With us, I think we're playing like our best ball, everybody, 1 through 5, and it's like teams just don't know how to game plan for us because their game plan is make Johnny beat them, but then Johnny comes out hooping, and then it's like, all right, we got to let Cooks beat him, but it's like they ain't trade 2 firsts for me for no reason, bro. So that's just the wrong idea. I'm going to hoop regardless, and all 5 of us we're really locked in right now.
I thought he was about to get into third person. Came back down to earth there for a moment. 8-4. Both him and Johnny have been really good. Part of the reason they're here. Once again, a first quarter where the Wizards just have 2 buckets. I mean, it's been a problem. Houdini, that was big. Almost doubled up your score on 1 shot.
Got a lot of options going down there. The first quick pass over to Capita got him a 3, but what a way for Dini to shoot that, too.
What a strip. Can they turn it into points? And they'll set it up. A crisscross at the top. Down to Dayfry, and the Wizards finally get a lead here. Under a minute to go in the first.
Doing a really good job of waiting out all those reaches, right? Like you saw, he was boxed up. He had nothing going there, but you're just waiting for Seas to lunge himself out of the play before making that pass. One of the more underrated skill sets that you have to have as a guard in this league.
It's amazing. All the young players on this Bucks team, I know we've been playing for a whole season, but they play carefree, and then they have the composure to take their time. They're the ones setting the pace right now. Rich can't hit. I mean, they're almost beating the Wiz at their own game. Ball still loose. Kicked around. Fumbled.
Oh, my God.
Still loose.
What?
And the Bucks got to call timeout here. Dayfry going nuts back there.
I've never seen, what was that, 3-4 bumps in a row and still wasn't able to come out there with it?
And I wasn't keeping track of the time here, but this has got to be close to 8 seconds of the backcourt. So Milwaukee's going to have to advance this basketball. Look at this again.
Let's count it. 1, 2, and 3.
He couldn't get any of them. Somehow Dime's able to stay with it.
There's a reason he played lock in 3v3 because that's all he just used to do. But I've never seen that before.
That was like a rugby scrum in there. Up ahead, they break the timeline. They should hold it for the final shot of the quarter. They lead by 1. Cooks down to Dimes. Dimes lets him fly by. 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 got it! Bucks up 4. Final seconds here in the quarter. Someone's got to put it up. No! A little run by Milwaukee at the end of the quarter. Behind 9 from the lock. 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 has the Bucks on top. I didn't tell him, might want to put me out there. And he was the hero there in that first quarter.
Now that 3 was big that he ended up hitting off that Dimes kick out too. And that was a conversation that we had. What point, right? You've been struggling with the scoring. Dimes did go crazy, but there's been such a Wizards mentality over these past 3 years of, cool, center can have 28. I don't want the guards to have 28. I don't want anybody else to chip in that type of way. And if the way that you're slowing down Cooks, at least at the start of this ball game, like that's the miscommunications we're talking about.
Well, they held the guards to 0. I mean, yeah. Cooks and Johnny didn't have a score. The problem is 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 with 9, and Dimes added 4 points to go along with 5 rebounds. He's really owned the glass. That's a late from Awkward. They have not shot the ball well in DC.
Like there's a one thing to have, okay, let the center score every basket and it's just him. But there's another thing to have the center square every basket, and then all of a sudden, you got Cooks going crazy as well.
Cooks working to the top. Stops and pops. No good. Loose ball, and it's going to be Wizards basketball.
Getting stops. Now you got to get the offense to get going.
I'm telling you, every loose ball, every rebound is an absolute battle. Want to welcome those folks watching on NBA TV back into the finals, 5v5 here in the NBA 2K League. $500,000 on the line, and the Bucks are up 2-0 as Dave Fry trying to keep his squad in it, trying to give them life.
See, something I want to see a little bit more of too, because I feel like it was one of the more slept on parts of the success that the Wiz ended up having yesterday against the Knicks, was getting B-Rich involved in an off-ball sense. Like, I feel like they're just heavy pick and roll right now. They're not looking for any windows of opportunities to get him and catch and shoot shots.
Bucks go back up 4. Cap still looking for his first bucket. The guards have really struggled in these opening 7 minutes or so. Let's check in with my guy Harris.
Well, Scott, I apologize to the Wizards fans for bringing this up, but last week was kind of more of what we're seeing here. They were good enough to get to the 3v3 finals, but they weren't quite good enough to win the 3v3 finals. And while it is an incredible accomplishment to get to finals in both game modes, Scott, when you add getting swept to the equation, it's not nearly as impressive. We know that the Wizards want to win this game here, but so far, Scott, good enough to get here, maybe not good enough to get it done.
They got to step it up. Certainly their defense. But like Cooks was talking about in the little segment, he's like, we're 1 through 5. Everybody can score. Everybody's contributing. And there's a steal by 𝐸 after the dunk. You get a dunk, and then you get a turnover. In and out.
And what you're seeing right now is that it's such a flashback to when Season 5 first tipped off. Lots of backdoor cuts, realizing they're not be able to guard him too much with a point guard in the corner. That's where 𝐸 is making his living right now.
A little hesitation from Cap. He'll walk it back over to B-Rich. B-Rich, nice cut. Little backdoor to Nudini.
Another interesting part, too, about the change. They've very been heavy into Nudini guarding the pick and roll, which now you're starting to see Dave Fry getting switched back into it. That'll be an interesting adjustment to see if that sticks, because that's what they've been doing all series long.
Cooks on the left side. Johnny's got an open look, and he knocks it down. Let's go to India.
Thank you, Scott. I'm hanging out with Black Frank White, Global Community Ambassador for the NBA 2K League. Frank, we've done so many new things this year. You've had the community teams coming in, the influencer teams, 3v3 celebrity matches. What are your thoughts as we wrap up the year here tonight?
It's been the most historic season in 2K League history. Year 5, we're stepping our game up every year. I'm so excited for what we've done. This is just the beginning. You're seeing here today, the fans are going crazy. I'm excited, man. We did it, y'all. Season 5.
Yeah, it's been great. Of course, speaking of the fans, you've got $1 million prize pool for 5v5 finals. Thoughts on that? That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. The biggest prize pool that we've ever had altogether, right? 2.5. I'm excited, man. Someone's going to come on with 500,000. You can get a new suit. You can get a new suit.
Yeah, I'll see if Matt Arden, Scott, will go ahead and slide that to me for your direct deposit, you know?
I don't think so. I've been trying that for years. Dirk and I have been trying to get some sort of, some sort of kickback. It just doesn't work that way. 20-15, the Bucks slowly growing this lead, and that's kind of what we've seen over the series. You know, a 2-point lead turns to 5, turns to 8, and then the next thing you know, at the end of the game, you get beat by double digits.
I mean, it feels like the deficit should be more just by the flow of the game from when we've been watching. It feels like the Bucks have just been in control of every aspect of it.
Late on the release, they had a good look at it, but Dimes will not be denied. And he gives them another opportunity at it, but the Bucks, with that timeout here in the second quarter, only 2 timeouts to go the rest of the way.
Yeah, the last one was confusing because there wasn't much time on the clock, but this one I could maybe see a little bit more of why you'd want to do it. As a center, sometimes you pump fake too fast. You get the weird dream shake animation under the basket, and basically it's just going to drain so much time for you to get a 3-second call there. And just to try to set you up, it's going to give you the worst layup animation that you could ever want. But hey, this timeout's going to be a little bit better just because you got 11 seconds on the shot clock to work with to actually get a good look.
Points off turnovers are big. Points off timeouts can be bigger. Cooks trying to cook up awkward. down to Dimes over 𝐷𝐸𝐹RY and Houdini down there. I mean, this guy came into the league as a point guard, Dirk. He was the #1 pick overall in the history of the league, right there in Madison Square Garden. Adam Silver, the commissioner, read out his name, and the league began.
I mean, he's just played 2K for so long. Like he's one of those OGs. Like he was back in the crew mode days playing point guard. Back in crew mode, you had these crazy builds where you're like 7'10", 99 everything running around. So again, I always say it. So it's a lot easier for a point guard to go out there and play center on a high level than any other position trying to do just that or flip it and reverse it.
Cooks out to Johnny. Johnny back down to, oh! Rare miss for Dimes in the paint. This is where the Wizards got to attack. They got to take advantage of these miscues. I honestly can't remember a Wizards run more than 4 or 5 points. And they're usually good for a big run every game because of this defense. And they had to work for that one.
They fight. They continuously fight. Here's the thing that's really awkward, though, with the Wizards offense right now is that they are getting the switch, right? But this is the Bucks putting so much faith in towards Johnny. We heard it in the comms yesterday with the T-Wolves, allowing him to play straight-up defense, but they are switching everything. At some point, you got to have that mentality to at least go one-on-one, especially if C's get switched into the play to get a score.
Good rebound there by Houdini, and Dimes got to commit the foul to stop the break. 46 seconds to go in this first half. Can the Wizards come down here and make it a 1-point game or maybe even tie it up? It's almost like a matchup 2-3 is the meta. 𝐷𝐸𝐹RY into the paint. He'll use the left hand.
I know he wished he could do more of that in this year's game, but you can't.
Got a whistle up top, and that's going to be the foul to give for Awkward. That's just his first. 26.5 to go here in the half. Game number 3. Bucks are trying to sweep in a best of 5, and the Wizards aren't ready to go home yet. Johnny. Oh, it's a loose ball. Picked up by Cap. Houdini over to 𝐷𝐸𝐹RY. And it's tough being a center. Nowhere to go. They'll reset it up. Good job getting back by Milwaukee. Cap puts it up, and it's green.
No scores here.
Shot. And they steal it. And the full court shot's off the mark. But for the Wizards, finally get a lead here at the half. Houdini leading them with 9 points as they try to get back in this series in a best of 5. When are the superstars going to wake up? That's the question. Looking at the box score, though, Dirk, the rebounding for the Bucks was really the story in that first half. That's what kept them in the ballgame.
And I'm telling you, it is such a rarity that a majority of your rebounds in a ballgame are offensive. They are. Like every missed opportunity that we have been seeing from anybody on the Bucks floor has been either C's or Dimes getting those. But here's something I know from all my time of playing 2K, Scott. Whenever individually you're grabbing every rebound in that first half, the second half gets scary, and all of a sudden you're not getting a lot of those, that same love that you were just getting previously.
Well, they're still getting offensive rebounds right now. Houdini and 𝐷𝐸𝐹RY have just not been able to get position. And there's a green from the outside. Let's listen in.
All right. Yeah. No TOs, no TOs. No bullshit dribble moves. You're good money. What I tell you. I'm with you. I'm with you. You don't have to fight it. Yeah. Wrap over cap. Yep, I'm coming.
Hooks is sagging on me too.
What'd you rare? Slipping. Shot. That's fine.
Shot. He's got 48 seconds.
Last 6 on me. X.
5,
2,
4,
Go, Justin.
3,
Leave me in the corner.
2.
A shot. Boy. Good shot. Need it back. Way to go. Good shit, Cap. Good shit.
I'm on season. It's on season.
Play behind me. Play behind me.
Got you. Got you. We're good. No, play cuts up. Play cuts.
We have bats.
Yeah, let's run it. Let's run it. Run it. Go. Ash cut. It's fine. Stay up, Denny. Stay up. Go, Ryan.
I told you about the rim runs. I told you he's box, bro. He's box.
Run up, Brandon. Cooks. Talk to me. Looking for you early. Yep. Looking for you early.
No!
Oh, bro.
No, just bring it up. You have no one literally coming.
Yo, Brandon. You good? You good?
Brandon, you're good. Just talk to me, baby. Like you like to throw.
Well, that intensity right now. I mean, every play, every pass, every switch has been scrutinized. Cap couldn't get back-to-back threes, but Dave Fry with an offensive board.
The craziest thing about that listening to, like, what is the Wizards always said? I would rather you take a bad shot than you get a turnover. And so you just heard him say, like, the basic dribble moves. Like, don't do anything too flashy. It's not anything that's completely necessary.
Nice cut, but couldn't get it to go. Johnny on the run out. Timeout, Wizards. 7-3 here in the third. Milwaukee on a nice run.
Same way that the rest, like, basically that game 2 was going. Very close, this exact same way. Just going from, like, 2 points lead to a tie game. 2-point lead to a tie game.
There's no way we woke up this morning and said, you know what? I think Milwaukee might have a sweep.
I mean, you know what? Like, a lot of, I opened up the timeline this one. There was a lot of people backing the Bucks, confidently, too.
There's one thing to back them. It's another thing that say you're going to sweep the back-to-back champs in a best-of-5.
Yeah, there was no chance that. I'm still a believer that the Wizards are going to pull one out of their pocket just to try to make things interesting. To go out there and get a sweep of a team of this caliber, I mean, that says something about this Bucks team, man.
They got 10 minutes to do it. Down 2-0 in the series. Their season's starting to come to an end here if they don't start fighting. Awkward. He's getting mashy down there, and Dave Fry will use the window.
It always just scares me, like, in those desperation moments, right? It's one thing to make a play, but there are some where it's like, okay, I'm in this bad spot, I got to force it up, instead of giving any of your guards a fighting opportunity to at least get something going with the offense.
29-29, Cap with 6 points. One of the few guards to get it going as we check in with Harris.
Thanks, Scott. Well, we've been giving him shout-outs all week. I want to give him one more. Shout-out to our guy, Trenton Reed, been writing for the NBA 2K League website this week, been doing some great work. Also, the Reed Report on Twitter, been one of the stars and highlights of the week so far. And by the way, Scott, we asked him before the show, who did Trenton Reed have winning the finals? He said Bucks in 5.
Wow.
I appreciate the conservativeness, but I think he had the right pick.
He's looking pretty good right now. Looking good for him, and he's done a great job this week. Enjoyed getting out there and reading his views. Ooh. And that one falls. Cap's got 9 now.
You're seeing how fluid, like we talked about the constant switching every single time, but you're seeing how fluid to where they're taking away the sharp game coming out from B-Rich. Just as soon as C's gets on ball, there's an opening. He's swinging straight out to the hash. It's well oiled, and there's very few holes right now for what we're seeing for the Bucks. That was one of them they just capitalized on.
Back out to Cooks. Tie ball game, 32 apiece. Down to Dimes. He's on a mission.
I mean, the confidence he's had, he's going 1-on-2 down in that paint. On the offensive side, he has been getting the timing down right with Deeney and Dave Fry.
Dave Fry working at the elbow, gets it off to Cap. They'll work a 2-man game here. He's got Johnny on him. Boy, they look out of sorts here on this possession. Someone's got to put it up.
Oh, he had it open.
Hesitated, couldn't knock it down. Milwaukee coming back the other way. Cooks almost was able to push his way past B-Rich, but they'll have to get into the half-court set.
What happened with Awkward there, that's just one of those situations I didn't expect to be that open because of the reach from the opponent.
Cooks docks us on the back door, nothing there. Johnny forces it up, it's late, and Dave Fry gets the board. And we get a foul, and we're just looking at the MVP. We talked to Coach Lance Sessions about a lot of his players getting talked about for awards.
I think the thing that comes to me first when we were talking about awards is I'm just happy to hear that my guys are being talked about. That's the biggest thing. I think that they deserve it. They put a lot of time and effort, years of grinding the game up until this point. So the fact that the media are on the league, their peers, coaches are on the league, even suggests that some of them are, atop of the game to even win those awards. I just know that's a big confidence booster, so I'm happy to know that their names are being tossed around. Whoever wins what award, I'll be proud of whoever. Even if they don't win them, I'll be proud of them. But I know that from a player standpoint, being able to have your peers is approval to say you're good enough to win this award. I know that goes a long way for a player's confidence.
Well, not speaking like a rookie coach, Lance Sessions, and I'm telling you, he's got to be at the top of the list for Coach of the Year. And I kind of felt that way before the postseason even started, because you know where this Bucks team came from and where they are now.
It's just something. There's a guy named P. Cross that exists.
Yeah.
But definitely up there, right? Like, top 5 guaranteed, you know, top 3. Could even put that into consideration with him and JT.
Good board. Awkward working out of the corner.
Reset. Yes.
We'll walk it back for the moment. Cap to the corner. Yes, sir.
That's the most separation that we've seen coming out from the Wiz now. It's a good way to close out the third.
Up by 5. Key possession coming up here from Milwaukee. This is where you got to be careful with the Wiz. And they go right down to the security blanket known as Dimes.
And that spam for that reach. Didn't have it that time, just with the way that Dimes' character was shielding himself. That's one where if you're Dini, you want to jump with him in those type of scenarios.
12 points in the quarter for Cap.
Give me a peekaboo right here, Cap, with a badge and something with B-Rich.
Dave Fry trying to set a screen, nothing there. Shot clock becoming a factor. They'll wrap B-Rich to the top. I thought he had a shot up there. Said he just has to force it up. Offensive board for Dini, but they got to put it right back up at the buzzer. No. But the Wizards heading into the final frame. They're up by 3 in a must-win situation to extend the series as we go up to Autumn and Harris.
Or will the Bad Bucks close it out? Scott Dirk, take it away.
Thanks so much, Autumn and Harris. Final quarter, 39-36. Everybody loves an underdog story. And boy, have the Bucks been one this week. But the Wizards, the back-to-back champs, with their backs against the wall, can they force a game 4? They need a reverse sweep after dropping the first 2. Dave Fry, what defense there by Dimes. Dawsix now at 13 points.
And that's the best way to start it out right there. Dave Fry was looking to be aggressive, and Dimes just had the complete read on it. It's just crazy how things could change if he makes that pass to the corner. Boom, we're looking at the 3 going the other way.
Cap's got some space. He's got 15 now, the lead back to 4.
And that's going to be something to look at. We called out the takeover in that crunch time where if he would have popped it, Beavers definitely would have shot that shot, probably would have ended up greening it. He's getting close to that again. The question for me is it going to be something he calls in? Will he hold on to it, try to get that little extra boost?
Good rebound there by Dave Fry. He wants to go way down on the break. And Cap will reset. He's got to be careful here. A lot of guys reaching in, trying to swipe it away. They finally get into the half-court set with the shot clock becoming a factor. Got 5 to shoot now. Cap over to Awkward. Another grenade. This time it's B-Rich, but it comes right down to Nudini. Look what I found.
It's been tough because he has been getting some grenades. That's a 5th foul on C's too, to try to keep an eye on that. And that's where it can hurt you just a little bit. Dimes never guards pick and roll for this team. C's has always been there being hyper aggressive.
C's almost knocked it away, but you're right. They might try to attack them in the pick and roll. See if we pick up that 6th foul, which is a technical in the NBA 2K League. And Dave Fry can't get it to go.
They are fighting.
I'm telling you, every bucket. That was deep in and out. Almost. And Nudini with a hard foul after the board by Dimes.
Like, this is what scares me when the Wiz having the lead, how scrappy this game is. And you're starting to see, like, I know Cap had just hit that 3, but the constant struggles on offense to where it's just, okay, you get the ball, we have 3 bodies down the paint, let's try to get an offensive rebound.
Johnny playing a wait-and-see kind of game with B-Rich. Dimes goes right up with it.
His passes are getting close. These are so 50-50, and honestly, they should be like a 80-20 percentage of Dave Fry or whoever. And there you go.
And there it is. C's has fouled out. There's no substitutes in the NBA 2K League, so that goes down as a technical. And he'll step to the line, shoot the technical foul. And so every foul from here on out from C's is a technical. And you get down in that crunch time, you're getting that bonus, it can get really wacky.
Well, this is what's going to force it to do. If they go to Dave Fry down low, you saw he likes to go one-on-one with C's. C's is like jumping at those. That is scary time for him.
Coach all alone. Got him. Let's listen into the Bucks.
One stop, folks. Play the way we've been playing all game.
No, I'm up. Give me that shit! Throw it!
Stop. Calm down. Just keep your headset on, locked in. I know, locked in.
I'm blocked.
I'm Dave. Don't foul.
I'm good. Don't foul.
Yeah, we only have one more foul before two. Go up over.
Don't. Yep, defense.
Here.
One middle. Nine. Good. Good. Nine. Got my middle. Damn. Oh my God. Good D. I'll be good.
Make sure we get them beat rich.
Take time. Slow down. You got me.
Right.
Slow down. I'm with you.
Hit it. Bang. Midday part.
Go ball. Get up.
Go Dawson.
Ball.
Go Dimes. Say.
Well, I like seeing the youngsters telling the veteran Dimes to settle down.
Hey, he was hyped up, rightfully so. The thing is, I was going to bring that point up too, right? With 𝐒𝐮 being in foul trouble, in those one-on-ones, Dimes going to be more likely to drop. So there could be that window of opportunity like we've seen back-to-back times now when 𝐷eFry's gotten the ball in the paint to hit Nudini.
Cooks with a big shot. Ties us back up at 47. 2 minutes to go.
My blood's flowing for this one.
The Bucks are 2 minutes away from maybe closing out this series and winning $500,000. Cap, the rookie, working on the left side. Two-man game with 𝐷eFry. And, oh, that was ugly. Shot clock won't reset. You got to put it up. There's the flick, and Nudini gets the board. Oh, they called timeout. That would have been a wide-open three. Let's check in with India.
You gotta wonder if that bad timeout will come back to bite them, but the Bucks gaming squad here and their fans are ready. A minute 33 remaining, possibility of a sweep in the 5v5 finals with $500,000 on the line.
Thanks so much, India. They got to put that behind them. That was unfortunate. That would have been a wide-open, probably green three. You still got the ball, though. You still got a chance to take the lead.
Hey, what do you always say? Mark the tape.
That was big. Couple offensive rebounds that put him in this situation. Awkward in the paint. Got it to go.
Nice little lock-on-lock action going in down low. And they are attacking 𝐒𝐮. You can see what they're doing. They're waiting out some of the jumps and just going straight up to try to bait him into getting a shooting foul from behind.
Wizards back up two. 𝐷eFry will commit the foul. That'll be their foul to give with 1:20 to go in the ball game. Bucks trying to go for the sweep, but they're down a bucket. Cooks will walk it back for the moment. Trying to get a screen from Dimes there. He's got Awkward all over him. They've smothered him. Over to Johnny. They jump at him. A bad jump leads to a three. The Bucks got the lead.
The demise for the Wizards throughout the entirety of this series has been off-ball work coming out there from the Bucks. Yet again, another miscommunication and a rarity of a miscommunication coming out here for the Wiz.
They took the gamble and no one else was there. The guard Johnny knocks down the triple. Now the Wizards trail by one. Shot clock winding down. Cap got a good look. Got him.
And if I'm the Wiz right now, you're playing a heavy no threes game. Dimes already has his takeover. You know it's not going to make that much of an impact. You go for this. But depending on the clock management too, there could be that potential. You could go to a tie ball game with the last shot on the line for the Wiz.
Cooks. They trail by a deuce. That to give them the lead. No. What a board by 𝐒𝐮. Came flying in out of nowhere. Shot clock at 7. Johnny to Dimes, and we're tied.
Perfect. Literally perfect scenario that any player, real basketball world, 2K world, it's 52-52. You get the last shot of the ball game. Cool, we win or we're going to overtime.
The interesting thing here is DC will use their final timeout. No timeouts remaining, so if anything crazy happens, you get caught in a weird animation, there's no bailout. 19.5 to go. Bucks still with 2 timeouts.
I need a box score. I need to see how many fouls they have.
Do they have a foul to give? That's the big question right now. I believe they still have their foul to give.
We'll see real quick from 𝐷𝐨𝐥𝐿.
Well, he's playing Cap real close.
You got to be careful here. You got to be real careful.
They can't call timeout. Cap's got to get going here. 5 seconds left in the ball game. Cap, they're looking for the winner, and there's the foul to give with 3.4. And now the Wizards got to draw something up. 𝐷𝐸Fry to inbound, gets it into Cap. Back to 𝐷𝐸Fry, behind the back! Whoa! We're headed to overtime. So close for Nudini to be the hero.
I need to, when we go back and look at this replay, I'm pretty sure like 𝐷𝐸Fry looks over him to think, like I think Danny, so here on the cut, the behind the back pass wasn't even necessary. That's just the game giving him that. He could have had potential for one pump fake with like that 0.9. So basically like 1 second left. Big block coming out there from 𝐷𝐸Fry. So if he just waited that out, probably would have got them the clean look. But hey, this has been a scrappy series. It's been built on the foundation of both these teams not really doing a lot from behind the arc. It's all been into the paint. This is what you need. This first possession, whoever wins this tip is going to be crucial.
Cooks with a double-double. 𝐷𝐸Fry with a double-double. That block was his 4th block of the game, and it forced overtime. They'll get their timeouts back. There'll be 2 timeouts apiece. Cap also with a double-double. 𝐷𝐸Fry's threatening on one. But those were the moments where you had a chance to force a game 4, but another huge play by 𝐷𝐸Fry.
That's just crazy, because the Wiz have been doing a lot of funky stuff. Typically below the basket where like Awkward will flare up to the mid-range and he shoots elbow jumpers. Like you don't see that ever. So that was a good play call coming out, but again, you could take that risk of the pump fake and then the shot not even counting. You're in that same scenario, just go straight up with it. It's a tough one to make, especially from the paint play. I've actually been seeing from Nudini, like when he's been trying to mash, he's actually had a lot of success down there.
But I think he had it. I think he thought he was going to have the Gorilla Jam for the win. Remember, C's for the Bucks. The power forward, he's playing with those 6 fouls. Every time he fouls is a technical. That might be something to watch here in this 3-minute overtime. And Milwaukee will win the tip.
Huge first possession.
Cooks and Johnny have been quiet. Can they come alive here in overtime? Awkward trying to stay with them. They pass it to the corner, it's stolen. Wizards on the run out. And 𝐸𝐸 with a long 2, and they'll take it.
Exactly. Like any score there is good, but you know that he's sitting there hoping that's like, man, I wish it would have just taken me 2 steps back to get into that 3-point line. But what a way for them to come out with a stop. Now they have control, or as they call it in 3v3 of the 2K Twins, the odds.
And 𝐷𝐸Fry drops it in, tying at 54 apiece. Consistency has been the word for the veteran. 𝐸𝐸 working on the hash. Johnny's all over him. Over to Cap. 𝐷𝐸Fry's got to get over there. A couple switches. Now he's got C's on him. The guy's got the foul trouble. 𝐷𝐸Fry all alone underneath. Let's check it with Harris.
Scott, this is the first overtime game in NBA 2K League 5v5 Finals history, and it could be one of the most important ever. We might see the Bucks get the sweep or the Wizards begin their all-time comeback. We'll see how this overtime period goes.
Oh, wow, he shoots it very early. Thanks so much, Harris. And Awkward with a dunk on the other end. The lead has grown to 4.
That very early hurts. That is a shot that he knocked down in game number 1 every single time. Mama say he's shooting my shots that I take.
Cooks has struggled here in game 3. They won the first 2 games. Trying to get a sweep, but they trail by 4. C's, no. And 𝐷𝐸Fry's knocked it away. It's going to be Wizards basketball.
Wizards swinging now. They were like, we talked about how fluid the Bucks rotations were at one point. The Wiz are now starting to replicate that, doing a lot of the same. Every single time a pass goes one way, they're just a step ahead of you.
58-54. Coming up on 65 seconds to go. Oh, he greened it right in his face. That puts him up 3 possessions. 61-54, Johnny. The answer, no.
No.
And 1.
And that is one of the negatives of always spamming. Like we talked about that play, right, where Dimes had his player shielded. If you spam and they get the right animation, the continuation comes into play.
61-57. You were up 7. You had all the advantage.
You just want to give up a 2.
And no, Dave Fry does not have that shot in his arsenal, nor does any center in this league. Cap has some space. Huge shot for the rookie. Ice in the veins.
He's got himself some takeover 2 to go the rest of the way. This should be the Wizards to be able to close this out. They need a foul, though. They need a foul.
Johnny and can't answer. Sees with a board. You can't give up a 3 here. That gives the Bucks life.
Yep, perfect. That's what we've been preaching. You're playing a 2-point game. Do not sell off. Do not give an easy jump shot to anybody.
Up ahead to Nudini, and that puts an exclamation on it. It looks like we're headed to a game 4. And Dimes adds to the totals. But it's going to be Dave Fry's Wizard squad. As Cap says, give me that back. And Udini's going to hold it here. That could have been interesting. That steal right there could have been wild in a 5-point game. Lucky to get out of there in overtime. They will not get swept. We got a game 4 coming up on the other side. Do you believe in the Wizards?